This video is everything you need to know about the IMPACT-7 challenge. If you want to gain confidence, if you want to pick a New Year's resolution and stick to it once and for all, or even just set a goal at any time of the year and actually follow through and have the self-discipline that's required to make it happen, then the IMPACT-7 is for you. It is 100% free. Just go to theimpact7.com and this video is going to break it down. Now, these 7 things are the things that I give thanks to allowing me to scale a multiple 6-figure business in the fitness coaching space and now a multiple 7-figure business called Impact School, which helps other people build their own online coaching and online courses. So in this video, I'm going to explain how we're all going to get started on the January 1st, doing it all together. I'm going to be doing it. You can be doing it. My entire team at Impact School are going to be getting involved, and then we can keep up that momentum. We can keep that accountability in place so that all of us can reach our goals together. And so I'm going to break down everything on a screen recording. So let's get into it right now. So now I'm going to go through an overview of the IMPACT-7 challenge. Now, if you're listening to this on audio, make sure to go to theimpactseven.com, and then you can get access to the document that I'm walking through right now. But this mental transformation centers around you following through on the things you say that you're going to do. Okay? And so the 7 things are as follows. 1, you're going to have a daily discipline. So this is where every single day, without fail, you pick one of 3 options to execute on. You don't get to choose something else that's random. You pick one of the 3. Okay, 2nd, nutrition. You're going to be eating whole, unprocessed foods that make you feel great. Again, if you track macros and you want a macro hoard and then eat a bunch of protein bars in the evening, that's not how this works. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Number 3, steps. You're going to be keeping active through hitting a step count each day. 4, sleep. You're no longer going to be hitting snooze. You're going to be getting decent sleep every day without fail. 5, journaling. You're going to take time to reflect every single day. 6, learning. You're going to be learning more and actually implementing it. And 7, accountability. So before you get started, because I want to set you up to win, I want you to go through that same journaling exercise that my friend Imi told me about when it comes to goal setting, okay? So on the guidebook for the IMPACT-7 challenge, there is a document. When you click on it, on the guidebook, it automatically makes a copy for you. So it means that you can just get started and go through the entire doc. Now, I'm not going to go through everything, but what I will say is get a friend involved with this challenge with you. Okay, if you have a group chat on WhatsApp with any friends, then I strongly encourage you to send a link, theimpact7.com, send that over to your friends as well. Get them to sign up. I'm going to be sending over other free stuff, so you'll want to make sure that they are signed up too. Stuff that's going to help you. And then you can hold each other accountable, okay? You can even, get a few people involved, message them separately, and then make a group chat together. It's so powerful doing this with somebody else. Believe me, I'm having my whole team get involved. And the very first time around, we're going to be starting January 1st. So this is perfect for the new year. But then in the future, we'll be rolling this out, because it's a 49-day challenge, right? It's 7 things for 7 weeks. Okay, 7 times 7, 49. It's only 49 days. It sounds easy, but believe me, this is going to turn you into such a better human on the back end of it. So once you've set those 7 goals, set up recurring daily reminders to do the things that you say that you're going to do. So for example, 6 a.m., write a reminder which says morning journaling. 6:30, daily discipline. 10 a.m., drink water. 3 p.m., drink water. 5 p.m., steps and learning. 5:15, note the implementation steps from your learning. 8 p.m., make tomorrow's meals today. 9 p.m., evening journaling. 9-10 p.m., take a pic of your journal and post #IMPACT7. Okay? Anyways, reducing the barriers to entry is going to prevent you from forgetting, and it's going to set you up to win. And then one other reminder that you're going to want to do is set every Friday a reminder to take a progress pic. The photo's for you, it's not for anybody else, but you're going to be able to look back over the 7-week period and see the physical changes. Now, on the document I told you about, which is all about setting your goals, I've actually left space there for you to put your photos there and to actually write down how you are feeling physically, mentally, emotionally under each photo, so that you can then look back on everything that you were doing and how it changed as you began to implement into these 7 areas. Because when you remind yourself how powerful doing these 7 things is, you will not want to stop doing them, and it will allow you to have that consistency and that self-confidence. Your self-confidence is going to increase so much, I can't even tell you. Even after doing this for 1 day, you are going to feel like a new person. And it feels like it's so simple that it won't make a difference. But believe me, this is going to change your life. And then anyways, at the end, you're probably going to want to share it before and after, but you don't have to. We also have a Facebook group, and so there's a link in the document to join that. I'll leave it linked in the description and the show notes for the podcast episode here today too. So how to execute your daily Impact 7. I'm going to break this down for you right now. Again, it goes through all of this in the guidebook, but I want to explain this to you so that you can understand why all of this stuff is so important. So let me have a sip of water. Need to make sure you're hydrating while you are doing your Impact 7, and it just becomes your way of being. And so again, I've done bodybuilding competitions before, powerlifting, I've done very extreme things. For me, this is harder. This is harder because it encompasses all areas of your life. And so if you cheat and bend and say, oh, instead of doing my daily learning, I'm going to do XYZ, right? Whatever it happens to be. Then you've already failed. You've already failed yourself, because nothing in life is going to hold you back more than trying to bend the rules and lying to yourself. This is how it works. This is the challenge. If you're bending it, you're not doing the challenge, you're doing something else. And that is you falling out of integrity. Literally, even if you follow through and you make the challenge harder, you're still breaking the system, because it's a different challenge. It's not the same thing. And this, what I'm sharing with you here, is proven to work. And to win the battle with yourself, you need to honor the commitments to yourself and follow through, even when no one else is looking. So here's what you're going to be doing every day to take back control of your life. So first thing is journaling. Each morning, you're going to be following the journaling framework that helps me honor those commitments to myself. So what you're going to do at the top of the page is write, I will look back on today and be proud that I. Okay, and the first headline is going to say, gave my all to all that I did. And then basically, the reason why this works is because it pre-frames your mind to go into the day knowing like, okay, I will look back on today and be proud that I gave my all to all that I did. And so you'll find that when you write down the 7 areas, you write journaling, daily discipline, nutrition, steps, sleep, learning, staying true to self. When you write those 7 things down, then as you're going through the day, it's going to come to your mind. So let's say you're doing your daily discipline, which is a really tough 45-minute workout. When you're in that workout, you'll start saying to yourself in your head, I give my all to all that I do. I give my all to all that I do. Because you know in the evening, and this is how the journaling works, you know in the evening that you're going to come in and rate yourself out of 10. So you write the headline, you write the 7 points, and next to each of the 7, you make a little square, and then you write out of 10, okay? And you leave the top part empty. So again, in the guidebook, and if you're watching this on video, you can see it physically. On my Instagram, I also have a little highlight which shows journaling, and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. And then I'll come back to this in a second. But then the second headline is related to one of your big goals, the ones that you set out when you were creating your 7 goals for 7 weeks. And so let's say you ranked the top 2, being the first was related to business, the second was related to relationships. Okay, so then you might write, I will look back on today and be proud that I shared so much value with the world. As a byproduct of the value that I shared, money flowed to me abundantly, with new clients messaging me all day long. My existing clients asked to re-sign with us, and they asked how they can write a testimonial. Okay, so that's an example. And then the third headline is, again, it might be like, I will look back on today and be proud that I remained open and willing to give and receive love. I am ready and willing to call in the one. And so anyways, then when you come back to your journal in the evening, because you do this morning and night, you're going to revisit the boxes where you left out of 10. So for example, if you are obviously going to write, I gave my all to all that I did. Journaling, daily discipline. So if you journaled really well that day and you spent ages on it and you really reflected and you gave it your energy, you would write 9 out of 10. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, right? Then for daily discipline, if you were in the gym doing your 45-minute workout, kind of slacking, then you might give yourself like a 6 out of 10, right? It holds you accountable and it means that you can see where you're falling weak. And then going into the next day, you know that you need to get better so that you don't have to identify with yourself that, oh my gosh, I slacked on this, right? Seeing these numbers below 8 is very disappointing. Quite frankly, you're going to start to hate that feeling of seeing these numbers below 8. And that is why this is so incredibly effective. It holds you accountable, okay? And then in the evening, when you're journaling again, you're going to want to write your lesson of the day, 3 things you did well, and 1 thing to improve upon, okay? It's really nice to look back on those lessons of the day because you can go through it in the future and remember, oh yeah, that was a great lesson, and it will take you back to that day when you learned it and how you can actually continue to implement it. So the second thing is your daily discipline. This is where you pick 1 thing to do first thing each day. So either it's going to be a cold shower, a really cold shower, not just a little bit cold, really cold, really, really cold, as cold as it goes, for 10 minutes where you're fully immersed, your hair's in there, everything. Or it's going to be a 7-kilometer run, or it's going to be a 45-minute weight or circuit workout. Pick one of those 3 things. So when you master your mind, you master your life. That's what the daily discipline is for, doing it first thing. So you're going to get out of bed, you're going to do your journaling, and then straight away go ahead and do this. Now, let's just say you normally like to go to the gym, and let's say normally you'd be in the gym for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Cool, that's fine. But on your rest days, you're either going to do a 7-kilometer run or you're going to take a cold shower for 10 minutes. Today is a rest day for me. So I'm not going to the gym. I'm not going to go for a run. Yes, I'll hit my steps, but more on that in a minute. But I had a 10-minute cold shower first thing this morning and it sucked. It was horrible. But guess what? I ticked it off and it's done for the day. And I know that I have done something that forced me to discipline myself already. And it feels so good starting the day in that way. Because when other things come up where you may feel a little tempted to have that little chocolate bar that's been in the fridge for a couple days, or in the cupboard if you're weird, right? But seriously, if you feel a bit tempted, you're like, no, I had my cold shower this morning. I went for my run this morning. I did my workout this morning. I don't need that because I already have done something difficult today, right? And so please just do one of the 3. Don't do all 3, but it's very important. You have to do it first thing in the morning. You can start the day already having one. The third thing is nutrition. So no matter your goal, no matter how you eat, whether it's paleo, vegan, keto, like intermittent fasting, doesn't matter. The rule is this. During Impact 7, you only eat healthy, nutritious meals that are full of micronutrients without processed food. You have to make tomorrow's meals today or get meal preps then. Because cooking is not the best use of your time. You want to be spending time and energy on things that you can learn and implement. Now, there's one exception, okay? You can have 1 item of prepackaged food, which is maximum 300 calories. Everything else needs to be whole foods, unprocessed food. Okay, so when I say 1 item of prepackaged food, I don't mean 1 little bag of popcorn here and another little bag of chips here and another little bag of this here. No, I mean 1 item, whether that item is 50 calories or 300 calories, that's it. That's it, okay? It's simple. It's simple. I don't want to make it any more complex than that, okay? You need to be fueling your body well. The fourth thing is steps. So 10,000 steps per day. If you don't already have one, get a Fitbit, a Whoop, an Oura Ring. I'll leave them all linked to monitor your step count each day. And while you're walking, you can tick off another box, which is learning. So each day, spend 30 to 60 minutes listening to Audible, a podcast, or an educational YouTube video. And while you're listening, don't also be scrolling on your phone. Actually listen and take notes. The rule is that you must make a Google Doc or a note outlining what you learned and how you're going to implement it. Do not slack. You need to make sure that you're actually taking on board this information. And then number 6 is sleep. So every single day, get 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night and do not hit snooze. You know, this is the best thing I ever did in my life. 5 years ago, I made a decision that I was never going to hit snooze again. And the great thing is that I made that decision once, and then all my future decisions were already made for me about when I would get out of bed. Because I made the decision, I am not the type of person who hits snooze. And that means that I don't hit snooze, right? I don't self-identify as that. This Impact 7 challenge is all about changing the way you self-identify. Because firstly, you're self-identifying as somebody who actually cares about self-development through journaling. You're someone who's disciplined through your daily discipline. You're someone who is healthy through your nutrition. You're someone who is active through your steps. You're someone who focuses on learning and education and implementation through your learning. You're someone who focuses on getting a good night's sleep, who doesn't compromise, right? Because the rule is with sleep is that you don't hit snooze and you get 6 to 8 hours. And in order to get the 6 to 8 hours, you firstly have to figure out when you're going to wake up, and then you need to reverse engineer to make sure you're in bed, let's say 8 hours before that. I'm the type of person who needs 8 hours sleep. I can't get away with 6 hours. I need 8. So if I need to be awake at 6 in the morning, that means that I need to be sleeping at 10 at night. You see what I'm saying? Because 6 reverse engineered is then 10, but I know that I want to get into bed at 9:30 so that I can spend some time winding down before I actually fall asleep, okay? Super important. If you feel like you need to hit snooze, then that means that you did not go to bed early enough, okay? You shouldn't need to feel the need to hit snooze. I've never had to felt the need to hit snooze since I made that decision. Okay, sometimes I feel the need actually. I'm telling you, that's when I don't get enough sleep though. That's when I have slacked. That's when I've stayed out way too late. Okay, doesn't feel good, and it's not going to set you up to win. This for me is going to be the hardest one in the Impact 7 because here in Dubai, which is where I moved to, there's stuff going on, and when people go out, they stay out until 3-4 in the morning. And so 3, and then if I need 8 hours sleep, that's 11. That's waking up at 11 in the day. That cuts into your day so much. And so I don't really want to be doing that. So I need to now actually have the discipline to leave my social encounters at a good time so that I can get my sleep. And I'm going to be disciplined on this. And if you see me out on my Instagram stories, then hold me accountable. That is number 7, accountability. Because what you do when others aren't looking is what matters. But before you're there, knowing that you need to be real with people can help. That's why accountability is critical. So part of the Impact 7 is at the end of each day, take a photo of your journal, which is all written out, whereby you've gone back in the evening, you've written your lesson, you've written 3 things done well, 1 thing to work on, and you've filled in out of 10, right? So you filled in your numbers out of 10. Share it then on your Instagram story with the hashtag Impact7. IMPACTSEVEN. Make sure to type the 7 rather than the number, okay? So the hashtag Impact7. I would also love to share it, so tag me at Lauren Tickner. Now, I think this is so critical because it forces you to then show the world, did I do it or not? Okay, and obviously each week you're going to be taking a progress pic and saving it to the document, whereby you're going to be writing a summary of the week. You can then, if you want to, share the progress pics and a weekly update inside of the Facebook group and inside of your Instagram stories, or even as an Instagram post or a LinkedIn post. Totally up to you. I would love it if you would tag me and share it with me because I would love to see it. I'm personally going to be doing the weekly updates and daily updates on my stories. But the accountability is critical. Now, I also recommend getting in the Facebook group because then other people will be sharing in there and just getting as involved as possible. This is going to be a totally transformative experience. And I'm so grateful that I get to support you and help you with this. And so to go to theimpact7.com, there's not going to be any upsells. There's not going to be anything like that. This really is designed to increase your mental toughness. And I noticed that my clients at Impact School, the ones who scaled to 6 and multiple 7 figures fastest, they are the ones who were able to be disciplined enough in other areas of their life. Because if you're disciplined when it comes to your just personal life, then you bring that into your business. You bring that into your career, you bring that into your relationships, and it turns you into an all-round better person. And so with regards to Impact 7, that's the purpose of this. We at Impact School want to improve you and turn you into a well-rounded entrepreneur and a better leader, a better business owner, a better family guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every single area. And this is what this can do. So we, first time round, are going to be starting on January 1st. And then from there, once you're signed up, we'll be letting you know when it goes on. The cool thing about this is 49 times 7, right? So, sorry. Basically, if we were to do this challenge, let's say 365 days in a year, divided by 49, that's how many days it is. That's 7.4 rounds, okay? How crazy is that? So 49 times 7 comes out to, let me just get my number right here. Yeah, it comes out to 343. So that's 7 rounds of Impact 7 can be done in a year. And then there's a few days of rest. So let's just say 365. That means that you're going to be getting 22 days of rest. Okay? So we can have a little bit of time in between each cycle. And I just think that it's perfect, you know? 7 things for 7 weeks, 7 days straight, 49. 49 times 7 rounds, that gives us 343 days. Okay, and then 22 days off. And I'm telling you, on those 22 days, you're not even gonna want to take that time off. You won't want to. First time around, you'll celebrate, we can all party, we can all celebrate with each other that we made it through. But you're gonna, then the second time you do the round, you won't even want to celebrate at the end. You'll want to keep going because you won't even feel good about slacking anymore. And so I'm so grateful that I get to help you with this. This is what I would say has been able to get me the results in my life that I want, get my team the results in their life that they want, get my clients the results in their life that they want. And this has changed everything for me. It's what got me through the podcast hacking. It's what got me through losing 165 trainings that I spent so much time and money on building out for my clients. And it's what's taken me from being an overweight kid that used to get bullied and called Mackie D's and called the girl with the disabled brother to actually being someone who is a leader in my industry, a leader for my team of employees at Impact School, and a leader for my clients and a leader for my audience. And again, I'm just scratching the surface right now, but I know that this is gonna be what takes me there. And at the very least, this allows me to show up in my life with integrity, feeling good about everything that I'm doing because I know that I say the things that I'm gonna do. And it's just changed my entire relationships. I'm more calm, I'm more patient, I'm more confident because I know that when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm going to do it. And it's that mental toughness and discipline. You know, right now, I'm on more than 200 day streak on my Spanish learning app, okay? That's not even part of the Impact 7. Over 200 days. Personally, when it comes to steps, I like to hit 20,000 steps a day, right? But I've hit my 10,000. I like to do more. But that's because I'm in a position whereby I have a team who can actually be in my business on their laptops doing a lot of the work. Whereas I need to spend more of my time learning, developing, building relationships, building connections. And that's what I'm doing when I'm walking. I'm either taking calls or I'm listening to audiobooks. And so for everyone that goes to theimpact7seven.com and signs up, I'll send my book recommendations. I'll send the things that I'm doing. I will directly send you updates of my days in the Impact 7 to be real with you. And I'm also going to be doing that in the Facebook group. So go to theimpactseven.com, sign up now, and I'm so grateful that I get to help you with this. All right, have an amazing day. Bye. So what I just showed you there was a snippet taken from a full podcast episode whereby I basically explained how I came up with the idea for the Impact 7. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. But just make sure to go over to theimpactseven.com, sign up. It's totally free. And yeah, I look forward to supporting you through this. And please make sure to invite a friend. We're going to be starting the first round on the 1st of Jan. And I want to make sure that 2021 is going to help you overcome all of the trials, tribulations, pain, sufferings of the
2020. And yeah, let's make this the best year yet.